Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another installment of Marisa's Weekend Update. I am Marisa, your hostess for this program, where we sit together every single week and we chat about what I have been up to over the past week in terms of reading. It's also a chance to think about what we're going to do in the following week. So, without further ado, let's get right into the Weekend Update. So, over this week, I completed one book, and that was One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I ended up rating this book 4.5 stars. I found this to be a really fresh, interesting romantasy book. I feel like a lot of romantasy kind of follows the same format, and it's really just like Mad Libs, like cut and paste, change a couple things around. This I thought was extremely fresh. I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was a really creative world. The magic system was really interesting. And I feel like there's a lot of story left. The only thing that really kind of got to me was it did feel very insta love. And we had this relationship between Raven and Elspeth. And it was probably, I was trying to do the time in my head. I think it was like maybe 2 weeks from the time where we first meet them until we have this like serious love connection. It just made it kind of hard for me to really be like, "Oh yeah, like we definitely have this." Especially because we don't have the aspect of like fated mates or that kind of thing. It just felt like their relationship wasn't given enough time to develop. And that was another critique that I had was it felt like this book could have easily been 100 pages longer and I would have probably enjoyed it just as well. So that's what I completed over this past week. In terms of what I am currently reading, I am currently reading First Time Caller by BK Borison. I am about 25% of the way through this book, so still early days, but it's been really charming and really interesting so far. It's just easy breezy, but it's also got some depth, and so I'm really excited to see where this will continue to take us. We are also still listening to Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney. We are 77% of the way through, so we're getting down to the wire. I suspect that we'll probably finish it today or tomorrow as we are doing some painting and we have a little bit left that we have to complete today. I will say my husband has some theories, I have some theories, and he's historically been pretty good at guessing what's going to happen. And so I'm excited to see whether he's correct or whether maybe I'm correct or neither one of us are correct. Couple thoughts. One, Adam is the freaking worst. Every time his POV comes on, I'm like, I don't care what you have to say. You suck. Also, I did want to throw out a trigger warning. There is in the chapter, I believe it's called Linen. We do have some discussion about infertility, child loss, and it was very in depth. And as someone who myself has been dealing with infertility, I did find that to be a little bit triggering. It wasn't to the point where I was like, I need to stop reading this book, but I had to pause the book and have a good cry for a couple minutes. And so, if you're in that same season of life, if something like infertility, discussions about IVF or miscarriages would be difficult for you, just proceed with caution through that section. So, in terms of what I'm going to be reading next, I am in the same exact position I was in last week, where I am still waiting on a hold from the library of Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. After finishing One Dark Window, I'm kind of fiending, like the way it ended. I'm like, I need to continue the story. And so I'm kind of fiending for Two Twisted Crowns to come through at my library. Hopefully, that will be here by the time I finish First Time Caller. If it is not, then I am kind of waffling between two different books. The first book is The Book of Lost Hours by Hayley Gelfuso. I've heard really good things about this book on TikTok, and it looked like a really interesting synopsis for me. So that's one of my options. The second option is Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. I read The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young last year, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really interesting story. I liked the magical realism aspect of it. And so I feel like this one will be interesting as well. I don't know if you have an opinion, if you think either between the Book of Lost Hours or Spells for Forgetting, let me know in the comments because I could very easily be persuaded either way. Again, we're hoping for Two Twisted Crowns, but that just might not be how the cookie crumbles. Anyways, that is what I have been up to. I want to know what you guys have been up to. How was your week? What books did you finish? What books did you love? What books did you maybe not like so much? And what are you looking forward to in the following week? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you here next week, same time, same place. I'd like to check in, please. Me every single time. One thing I'll do is I'll beat a joke into the ground.